You had to remind me of that.
Hey, remember, this game didn't count, so.
No, well, but, you know, we've been doing that all along. And we had a scrimmage game against Buffalo, and we did the same thing. And I thought that they went out and performed well at even that game.
So, I mean, are you, because you brought these guys in, so I'm sure on some levels you expected this, but are they, is it in some ways better than you thought, the way that, like, your first 5 off the bench played tonight together? They were good right from the get-go.
Well, you know what, at first, you know, when you look at our team and the loss of Norris, you want to make that up, and especially the position he played, the point guard position. And we have 2 very good, strong point guards that are on the bench, and that's Charles Lee and Sebastian Douglas. We were rotating those guys in at the beginning, but then I seen when we started practice that the guys that had been there for all those years really had a chemistry. So I didn't want to disturb that chemistry. And then I see, and they were going against the young kids, and the young players just competing against them every day. I said, well, it's 2 separate groups that play hard, and they support each other like that. And every day we practice is them against them, and they compete. I mean, you love to see that. Every time you're at practice, you're competing. We call it the war zone. You come to practice, you get to watch the war zone.
Is this the best second unit you've had since you got here?
Oh, definitely. But this is a you know, I'm gonna say again, this is a higher level player in the second group. Mm-hmm. These kids were close. I mean, 2 of them were top 100s. I mean, these are a higher level kids.
Before I forget, we're speaking higher level kids. Can you just offer a quick comment on your early signings that you announced today?
Well, one kid is a blessing, and that's a junior, Lamamba. He's a high major player, and he's one of those type of kids come in and be on the floor immediately. That's how good he is. He can play all 3 positions. He can play 1, 2, and 3, and he's 6'5". And when you can do that, and he's athletic, and he can shoot the ball, and he can pass the ball, this is a very good basketball player. Brendan Forbes is a very, very good shooter. Probably one of the better shooters I've ever had in this program. He can really shoot the basketball. And who's the last one I got out there? Because we got so many. Malik London. Yeah, Malik London. We got 2 others that's going to come down the line here. But Malik is probably the best shot blocker that we've ever had here. So he can block shots.
Better than George?
Oh, much better. This kid averages 7 blocks a game. I mean, he blocks shots. So, you know, we're excited about this class. And my goal and what I feel good about is adding the 2 classes together. It's going to be pretty dynamic.
Oh, the one next year this year.
And then one next year. It's going to be really dynamic.
If you don't mind, I'm going to turn this contraption on for a second here. Sorry to miss your little thing yesterday.
It was a big time thing.
I was working on a pretty important story around the business. Gary, a lot of people are going to look at this team and they're going to hear what you say about how you beefed up the second unit. They're going to hear what you say about the cohesiveness of your starters. Then they're going to say, yeah, but Norris Cole is and there's no minimizing that. But in your estimation, what's it going to take for this team to succeed with Norris playing for the Miami Heat this year?
Yeah, if there's a season. We knew that it was going to be a big loss by losing Norris. But at the same time, we understood that we have 3 guards that can all score over 1,000 points. Tell me how many teams ever have that. It's not many teams in the country that have that. And so the potential's there. You know, that's the positive thing. The potential's there. Along with, if you get a good year from Aaron Poe, and then you add these young players, I'm really excited about the way this season can go.
Locally, there's going to be a lot of attention on Anton Grady. Because he played here, he was highly regarded, and he stayed. How good can he be, and what are your expectations for him this season? I'm really excited about Anton, and you know what I'm more excited about? How he has been as a person. I mean, he's really done everything you've asked for in the classroom, outside the classroom, and he enjoys being at Cleveland State.
You know, I think he's probably this entire semester gone home once. That tells you that he enjoys his teammates. That I really feel good. See, what happens is, you know, these guys have been playing basketball a long time. This group is a different kind of group. These guys have played on average a year 100 AAU games. So they haven't played a lot of basketball. And so the basketball will take care of itself. But the other things that you end up being concerned about, when you see young men working hard and doing the right things, you can feel good about that. So that's the number one thing I feel good about Anton. Secondly, this boy's got all the potential in the world. I mean, he's 6'8", 6'9", can score inside, outside. You just don't get many players like that.
And my last question for tonight is that there's always got to be one thing, though, that looms as a concern. Coaches are by nature worriers and detail guys. So is there one or two things that you would cite as a source of concern going into the season?
Well, at the beginning of the season, I was concerned about each individual doing their thing. But this team has changed. They have literally made a commitment to being a team. And they don't care. They know they got a big guy in the middle, they got to feed him, and everybody's got to play off of that. And they're playing their roles. You know, if they continue to do that, they got a chance to be pretty good before this season ends.
You were a little concerned about Sebastian yesterday and his knee.
Well, he hasn't practiced. When you see him out there, that's the first time he's been out there in about a week.
And how were you? He had an impressive performance. Can you talk about that?
Well, you know, and I didn't get the message that he could play. And I would have played him even in the first half, but I didn't get the message that he could play until the second half.
We thought you were like mad at him or something.
No. We don't do those kind of things.
I thought maybe you like a little doghouse for him.
But, you know, when he came to me and I talked to the trainers, they said he could play. I wanted to give him a few minutes so we can start getting back to the swing of things. I mean, Sebastian's going to be a very good player one day. And each day is a step for him. And I thought today, just by getting out on the floor, allowed him to feel the game again. You know, he didn't play he didn't play all last year. So he wants to play basketball. He's hungry to play basketball.
Is he a pointer or like a 1-2?
He's a 1-2. He's a 1-2, but he's done well at the point. He's working to get back into the right shape. And I think it's right knee. I'm not sure.
I think it was his right knee.
Yeah.
Right. Is that the one that kept him out last year?
Yeah.
Did he have it operated on last year?
Yeah. ACL.
ACL?
Yeah. And it just was an awkward fall. You know, that's the thing about when you have those type of injuries. And the positive thing is the young man has really worked extremely hard to get back. So all the impact he took when he hit, all it turned out to be is a mild sprain, and that's good. Most people, they're number 7 in the country, and they're really number 7. They can shoot the ball, they can pass the ball. It's a funny thing, we talked to the coach of, I think it was Xavier of New Orleans. They played in an exhibition game, they beat by 60 or 70 points. And we asked the coach, we said, hey, can we get a scouting report for him? He said, no, I can't do that, or I can't give you the DVD, but I can tell you about him. I said, well, tell us about him. He said, they shoot well, they pass well, they rebound well, they just kept going. I said, what did they do wrong? Nothing. So when you play a team like that, I mean, they're good. They're really good. And they're all seniors. When you get all seniors who've been there a long time and the wars that they have been through, they're capable.
Is that at their place?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know if it was
It's a difficult place, too, because the bench is at the end zone.
Yeah, like a foot and a half down.
Yeah, and as a coach, you really can't sit down. You got to be up on top so they can communicate with you. And when they're at one end of the floor, they can't hear you. So, I mean, it's going to be a difficult setting, but, we'll get through it. We're going to try to work on a little bit of that tomorrow and the next day.
Anything else for Coach?
Are you done with recruiting now, or are you still looking to add anybody?
No, we're not going to add anyone for this period, but we've gotten 2 verbals for the next period, and we made a decision that we'll wait till the next period to sign them.
Okay.
And they're both post guys, so that's a good thing.
Anything else for Coach? All right, thanks, guys.